Hello everyone! Welcome back to Dijonae Jaynae's Educational Channel. Today, it is the day you've all been waiting for. It is Read Aloud Friday. And today, it is a day that we are going to be reading some stories for you, and we will be sending the link in later so you guys can come up on screen and read your stories. It can't be a long story, it can be a short story, it can be a Bible story, any story you want, and welcome to all the persons on the replay too. So, welcome everyone to Read Aloud Friday. And you see, I am going to be the one to hang over the live today. My mom is just going to be the person who sees anybody coming in on the live stream. And yeah, so if you do not have me, you can go over to my channel and like, share, leave your comments, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your notification bell so you can be notified whenever I'm going live or when I'm uploading a new video. So let's get right into it.
All right. So good night. So I am Deborah K. If you are just coming on this live, I am Deborah K. I am Dijonae mother. And of course, I'm sitting in with your beautiful host,
Dijonae Jaynae, and you are on Dijonae Jaynae's
Educational Channel. And of course, let us go right to the chat and to say hello to the persons who are here with us so far. All right. And of course, we have right here
the Dynamic Duty Girls. And guys, the Dynamic Duty Girls is one of my members. So if you do not have them, you can go over to their channel and support them.
And of course, the Dynamic Duty Girls, they are saying,
welcome everyone.
All right. And of course, we also have Denisha.
And Denisha is saying, hey. Hey, Denisha.
We also have, let me see who else we have with
Let's
us.
See.
We have Ariana.
Hi, Ariana. And she is saying, hello, Dijonae.
We also have Nalia.
And Nalia is saying, hi.
And of course, we have
Ariana saying, this is Ariana and Ebony.
Hi, Ebony.
Hi, Ariana and Ebony.
Welcome on in. And of course, guys, we're super excited to have you tonight with us. And of course, you know that tonight is the night where we will be having some great readers coming on up with their stories. And of course, guys, remember now. Thank you, Denisha. Thank you, Denisha. And of course, if you don't share us out as yet, please to do so. Tell a friend to come on over. And of course, we are streaming live to you from Kingston, Jamaica. All right. And of course, I know you see the title for tonight's story. And of course, it is Add One Branch
and Serve Gently.
And we have other stories. All right. We also have with us
Miss Yard's
Food.
And she's saying, good night, all in the chat. Good night, Miss Yard's Food. And we have Miss Yard's Food saying, thumbs up. Thank you so very much for that wonderful thumbs up, Yard's Food.
All right. So welcome on in, everybody. And of course, guys, we're happy to have you. All right. So let us go right ahead and let us start tonight's activity. Miss Yard's Food, she's saying,
blessings to the princess and the queen in the house.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yard's Food. Dijonae is always looking to that comment because you know you would always type that.
That's what I am so glad you can come here. And I love when you call Mommy Queen and me Princess. We love that.
All right. So, guys, what we're going to be doing, we're not going to waste any time. We are going to go right into tonight's activity. Remember, reading is fun and it doesn't matter. This activity is for everyone. So to all the persons who are in the back who can't text or type in the chat. We appreciate you same way, and we're happy that you are here with us. Okay, and of course, remember now, feel free to leave a comment on the outside, and of course, we will know that you were here or you passed by. And of course, remember, we are saying read today for a brighter tomorrow.
Yes.
Remember, over here, we show that we have great readers all across the world. And of course, we have great readers coming to you from Jamaica. And
Yes.
of course, guys, what we're going to be starting with tonight is a Bible story. And as you can see the title that we have right there, as you can see the title that we have, it is about Moses. This story is about Moses. And of course, it said, add one branch,
stir gently.
All right. And as you hear the title, you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
And for the persons who don't know what we're talking about,
we have
tonight,
it for you.
We have it for you. So you don't need to worry. And remember now, if you are coming up or if you're planning to come up on screen and share your story, don't be nervous.
Don't be
Just
nervous.
come and give it.
Don't be nervous and don't be nervous. Don't be shy. We are all friendly here and we are all a big family.
All right. And Dijonae is correct. Remember now what we say over here. We are healthy family. And how do we know that we're a healthy family? Because we show love and we are happy. Come, say it with me, Dijonae. This is the moment that you have been
waiting for.
It is Reading Friday. All right. And guys, we are going to start tonight's activity. And
Yes.
of course, you know, your host, Dijonae, is gonna take it off for you.
I'm an awesome reader. Add one branch, stir gently. Come on, we can't stand here all day. Moses called. He was a man on a mission, leading the Israelites to the land God had promised to them. He didn't have time to stare at the Egyptians soldiers sitting in the Red Sea. Do you guys know what the Red Sea is? Comment down below. Soon a long parade of people was marching toward the Shur Desert. Children walked together, playing on the way. Women giggled and whispered as they followed only. Moses marched with purpose. Ooh! Moses, the people are thirsty. You've got to find water for them. Miriam was elected the spokesman since Moses was her brother. We're in a desert. Where do you think I'm going to find water? Besides, I'm thirsty too. It seemed to Moses like the people complained about everything, forgetting all that God had done to free them from slavery. Moses led his people farther into the desert. They walked for 3 days with no water. Can you imagine that? You walked in the desert for 3 days with no water?
Well, Moses did that.
Yep, and he still survived. And complained every step of the way. Finally, at Mara, they found a pool of cool ice blue water. Yippee! Yahoo! People crowded around and began scooping the water into their mouths. Yuck! Phooey! This water is bitter. We can't drink this. Are you trying to kill us? What are you going to do about this? They shouted at Moses. God, help me. Things are getting ugly down here. The people are about to turn on me. Moses cried in desperation. Pick up that branch and throw it in the water, God answered. Moses saw the branch beside a rock, but he didn't know how a tree branch could help things. With a mighty heave, Moses tossed the branch into the pool of yucky water. Then one brave woman dipped her finger in for a small taste. Yum! It's sweet now. Cheers up, everyone!
And of course,
That was based on
Exodus.
15 to 22, verse 25.
All right. So, of course, that was a story about Moses as he led his people to the promised land. And of course, it is based on Exodus 15 22 to 25. And of course, as usual, as we deliver these lovely stories, we always have a part that speaks to the men and, of course, to the women. All right.
And now we have becoming a woman of God. And a woman of God turns to God for help.
All right. So remember now, to become a woman of God,
you have to turn to God for help.
Who do you turn to for help, Dijonae?
You turn to God for help.
All right, because God is your help.
Yep.
All right. He's your help in trouble. Yes.
Yep.
He's always there for you.
Yep.
And of course, as you can hear, this story mentioned that they were in a desert. Yes.
Yep.
There were no water to drink. And of course, the people, they were thirsty. And guess what? They were after Moses because they said, listen to me, Moses. I need water now. I'm thirsty. I've been going for days. But guess what? Moses said, I need to turn to God, the God in whom I believe it. And of course, God, trouble down here. So you need to send help, rescue us. Of course. And of course, God showed up because Moses called on God.
And remember Jonah as well, his God was believing in him. So that means his God was our God. And
all right.
Everybody's God. So he will help us if we're in need and if we're in trouble.
And that is right. And of course, Moses was in trouble because everybody was going after him. And he remembered that he has a God that never changed, a God that is always on time.
So you see, always there for you, and he will always come to you.
All right. And of course, Dijonae is going to be telling you, becoming a woman of God.
A woman of God turns to God for help.
All right.
Moses was leading the people to the promised land, a job God had given him to do. When the millions of people got angry, they focused their anger on Moses. So you see, the people focused their anger on Moses because the water was bitter. After all, they couldn't get angry at God. Moses may have wanted to turn and run far away from the Hebrews. But he had a job to do, and he was going to do it. So he prayed for God's help, and God helped him, just as he always did. So you see, he was going to run away far away, but he had a job to do. And so he turned to God and prayed, and God helped him. God told him to pick up a branch and throw it in the bitter water that was yucky. Then one brave woman dipped her finger in it and tasted it, and it was sweet. And the whole people who didn't get water for 3 days from the desert drank it.
That is right.
I love Bible stories.
And of course, guys, we have a next part to this story. And of course, it is about the dads.
The dad's turn. So dads, it's your time to shine.
Listen up, dads.
Yep. Have you ever been really hungry or thirsty? How did it feel? Have you ever run a long race on a warm day and longed for a cold drink of water? It's not very comfortable to be hot and thirsty, is it? Tell your daughter about a time when you turned to God for help. What kind of help did you need? How did He help you? Did that experience make it easier to turn to God the next time you needed help? So, now we have a verse to remember for you. Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about what happens to you. And that was based on 1 Peter 5-7. So you see, God cares about you because He takes your worries away. When you have worries, He goes into your minds and takes the worries out.
All right.
Throw them in the garbage.
All right. So, of course, Dijonae just left a verse with you, and that verse is taken from 1 Peter 5:7. And you heard what she said. Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about what happens to you. All right. And of course, at that time, Moses decided that he's going to give all his worries to God because God cares for him. And of course, we have some beautiful persons that are in the chat and some persons that are in the back. And of course, welcome LA Nika's Corner. Mega welcome to you, my darling. And of course, thank you for making it Dijonae's educational channel. And of course, guys, we just dropped the link in the chat. The link will take you on screen. So if you're willing to come up and share your story, feel free to do so by clicking on the link that we just put in the chat. All right, we're going to drop it again. So you can just click on it. And of course, you can come on up and you can join us on screen by sharing your wonderful story with us. All right. And again, mega love shout out to all the persons who were here earlier, for the ones who will be coming on this replay. And of course, guys, we're super excited to have you. We're super excited to have you with us. And of course, we are giving you some stories tonight that is coming from our Bible story book. All right. And of course, we have another story for you as we wait to see if there's anybody that is willing to come on up and share with us. All right. We just looked at Moses as he led the people to the promised land. And of course, while he was in the desert, he realized that God is the only person he can trust at that moment because everybody was coming after him. And of course, God was on time. He's an on-time God. He will never fail. And of course, he was there for Moses. So remember, whenever something is going wrong and it seems like, oh, I can't do it anymore, just remember this story that God came through right in time for Moses and the people that were there. And of course, he will do it for you. Just take a look at where you are now and where you have been, because he will always come through for you. And of course, guys, we have another story with, and of course, this story that we're gonna be talking about is
a teamwork victory.
A teamwork
victory.
Of course. And of course, you know what teamwork is, huh? Working
Teamwork.
Together, doing your part, not just being a part of the team, right?
And guys,
you have to do your part.
And guys, did you know that teamwork makes the dream work?
Mm-hmm. And of course, guys, let's go right ahead and share this story. All right? Let's go right ahead and share this story. All right.
Joshua, Moses called. We've got a problem. There are some soldiers hiding over there, and they don't look too friendly. That's because they are from Amalek's army, our worst enemies. Joshua cried. So the soldiers from the Amalek's army is their worst enemies, and they are hiding, and they don't look too friendly. Call your soldiers. We're going to beat them this time, Moses commanded. The next morning, Moses stood on the top of a big hill and held his arms out wide, his shepherd's staff pointing to heaven. Joshua's army fought and fought, even though the Amalek army was bigger and definitely meaner. Joshua's soldiers were winning. Oh, my arms, Moses moaned. It feels like my staff weighs 500 pounds. His arms slowly dropped down to his sides, but when they did, the Amalek army started winning. It seemed like Joshua's soldiers couldn't do anything right. Help me, Moses cried. Aaron and ran to Moses and stood on each side of him. They held his arms high in the air, and Joshua's army won. They beat the bigger, meaner Amalek army. Yahoo! Yippee! We won! We won! The soldiers shouted and gave each other high fives as the Amalek army ran away. Moses celebrated too. He even had enough energy to lift his staff now. Moses built an altar and named it, "The Lord is my banner," and all the Israelites thanked God for his help. And that was based on Exodus 17, verse 8 to 16. Now we're going to look at becoming a woman of God. And a woman of God is part of a team. So in order to become a woman of God, you have to be part of God's team.
All right. So you heard what Dijonae just said. She said, in order for you to become a woman of God, you have to be part of God's team. A woman of God is a part of God's team. You hear how many times she keep on saying it? And of course, she's going to say why she said that.
Joshua's army would have lost the battle if Moses wouldn't have held his staff up. It was a sign that God was with them.
So you see, it was God that was with them while they won. All right?
And Moses wouldn't have been able to hold his staff up until the battle was over if Aaron and Hur hadn't helped him.
So you see, he had help. Teamwork was taking place right there. Everybody was doing their part in order for victory, right?
Winning this battle definitely took a team effort. So you see, everything was going dark and bad. But then he had problems with his staff, and his staff weighed like 500 pounds. But then Aaron and went beside him in different ways, and he held his arms up, and his staff was up, and his team was able to win. And they celebrated.
Of course.
Have you ever been part of a team? If you have played a sport, you've probably been on a team where everyone has to work together to win the game.
Definitely right.
Definitely right. Maybe you've been part of a corps that's the same thing because everyone must follow the director and work together to make 13 music.
So you see, even a choir has to work together in order for wonderful music to take place.
It feels good to work with others to accomplish a goal.
All right. So in order for you to accomplish a goal when you're working as a team, you have to work together. All right. So let's look at the dad's turn now. Let's look at the dad's turn now. All right. So dads,
tell your daughter about a team using titles. How did the members of the team work together to accomplish the goal? Was one person the star of the team? How did others help this person do his job? Or if there wasn't a star, how did the team effort work? Talk with your daughter about the team efforts of seeing part as a family, how each family member is important to keeping the home running smoothly. Talk about other groups your daughter is part of and how she is important to those groups. Now we're going to leave you with a verse to remember.
All right. So we're going to be leaving you with a verse to remember. And it is taken from Ecclesiastes
4, verse 9. Two people can accomplish more than twice as much as one. They get a better return for their labor.
And of course, that story that we just looked at, it is about Moses as well. And of course, tonight we're zooming in on Moses, and we're talking about the great work that he did. All right. And of course, we just read the story, and the title of the story that we just looked at, it is about victory, right? Teamwork. And of course, as Dijonae said, teamwork makes the
dream work.
And of course, right there we saw that David is a what? A strong one. But here is Moses that was working as a team with. Who were the two persons? Let me see who were listening to the story. Who were the two persons that were standing beside him?
Aaron and
Dijonae can't keep secrets, you know. I'm telling you. All right. You see, Dijonae gave away the answer. You see, that's Dijonae. She doesn't know how to keep secret. But of course, they were standing by Moses' side, and of course, they helped him, and of course, they won. All right, everybody was playing their part. And of course, we realize that this story teaches us that a woman of God is a part of a team. So in order for you to become a woman of God, you need to join that team. All right. And of course, the story that we looked at earlier, it teaches us that to become a woman of God turns to God for help. All right. And of course, we have some wonderful persons in the chat. We have Mr. President. Welcome on in, Mr. President. And Mr. President said,
blessings, dynamic leading girls. And guys, Mr. President is actually Jamaica warrior.
And of course, we also have Miss Natty. And Miss Natty said, nice. And of course, we also have House of Yorks.
And they're saying, blessings, beautiful Disney in chat.
All right. So mega welcome to all the wonderful persons who are here with us, the persons who are in the chat, and for the persons who are in the back, sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying tonight's story. Guys, it is a pleasure sitting here and, of course, sharing with you during Read Aloud Friday. And, of course, guys, let us go right ahead. And, of course, we're going to be zooming in and we're going to be sharing one more story with you. And then we are going to stop right there. All right? And of course, we have Dijonae, and she's going to be sharing this story with you. And this story that we're gonna be sharing. It is about
No need for water wings.
no needs, no needs, no need for water wings. And of course, this story is taken from Exodus 11, verse 1 to 15. And of course, guys, just listen up to this story. All right? What's the title for this story? No need for
water wings.
All right. And of course, Dijonae gonna zoom in with this story.
Mama, why can't I play with my friends? Mariam hugged her daughter. She didn't want to ever let her go. When Moses told her that something terrible was going to happen in the Egyptians, Mariam's heart ached for them. Why didn't
Pharaoh just
listen to God? She thought. God just wanted him to let us leave Egypt. He's so stubborn. Now every firstborn child is going to die, even Pharaoh's son. Every newborn children is going to die.
So of course they are going to die. Firstborn.
Just born. That night, things happened, and just as God said they would, the oldest child in every Egyptian home died. Finally, after living through 9 plagues, this 10th one was the end. Pharaoh begged the Hebrews to leave. Tears ran down Miriam's cheeks as she walked past the Egyptian homes. Heartbroken cries ran from every door. Keep looking at the cloud, Miriam. That's how we know God is with us. Moses knew this was hard for his tender-hearted sister. Sometimes all that kept the people going as they stumbled through the desert's heat was watching the pillar of fire at night and smoke in the daytime. God is with us. He's leading us, people would say. Finally, they set up camp on the shore of the Red Sea. Miriam was glad to rest for a while, but then she noticed a cloud of dust off in the distance, coming closer and closer. Miriam's army is chasing us. Someone shouted, "Oh no, what will Moses do now?" Miriam wondered. Moses climbed up on a rock by the water. "Watch what God will do for you," he shouted. No one paid much attention to him until the waters began to roll and part into 2 big walls with a dry pathway in the middle. Miriam grabbed her children and followed the other Hebrews through the Red Sea. Every single Hebrew crossed safely. The Egyptians are following us into the sea. Someone shouted. Just then, the water walls rolled together, and every soldier died. The whole world is dying. We're safe. Praise God. Miriam grabbed a tambourine and joined her friends in a dance of victory, victory.
Victory is mine. Victory is mine.
Yes, and
Victory today is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind. Victory today is mine. And of course,
that was based on Exodus 11, verse 1
and
to
Exodus
15.
15, verse 21. All right. And of course, as usual, this story has a part to it. And of course, this part is
becoming a woman of God, and the woman of God knows God is in control.
so you see, in order for you to become a woman of God, you must know that God is in control. So you see, let's see what Dijonae has for us.
Wow, this had to be a scary thing to go through. God sent 9 plagues to the Egyptians, and Pharaoh still wouldn't let the Hebrews go.
After 9 plagues. So Ariana, we saw you in the back.
Hey, Ariana!
We're coming to you.
The very sad 10th plague, the death of the oldest child in each Egypt's home convinced
Pharaoh
to let the Hebrews go. But when the Egyptians started chasing them, some of the Hebrews thought God might have lost control of the situation, and God never does that. He is in control and He is on time.
Of course, definitely so.
Every time God takes care of us, makes it easier to trust Him the next time. Seeing God's plan unfold helps our trust and confidence in Him grow.
And of course, we are talking to you now, dads. So it is your turn. Dads, it's your turn.
What is the scariest thing that ever happened to you? Why was it frightening? After it was over, did you think about how God helped you or protect you? Were you able to see how this experience was part of God's bigger plan? Explain to your daughter how going through hard times makes us stronger. Help her remember specific ways God has taken care of your family. Now we're going to read you with the verse to remember. And it's from the Philippians 4, verse 6. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything.
All right. And of course, that's a story that that's a verse that we're leaving with you for tonight. It is from Philippians 4, verse 6. And it says, don't worry. Don't you dare worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. All right. And of course, let us go right to the chat and see what's going on in the chat. And of course, we have with us House of York. And of course, House of York said,
Dijonae, you are such a wonderful reader. Thank you.
oh, thank you so very much. And of course, Ariana, we lost you.
We lost you, Ariana. Click on the screen again.
Ariana, type in the chat for us to know if you're still going to come. If not, we're going to be ending right there for tonight.
Yeah.
And of course, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's story, share it out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And of course, Ariana is right here in the back. And of course, Ariana is on time. And of course, we are going to be taking Ariana and Ebony. All right. And of course, they are great readers.
Yay.
So just send some love in the chat for Ariana and Ebony, because as usual, they are coming to show us that we are great readers over here. And Dijonae Jaynae Gordon, Educational Channel. And of course, Ariana, let me give you the screen because it is all yours.
Bear Rabbit Goes Fishing. Bear Rabbit and Bear Fox were just like some boys and girls. They were always playing jokes and tricks on each other. One day in summer, Bear Rabbit, Bear Fox, and Bear Bear were digging a patch of ground so that they could plant some corn. The sun was very hot, and Brer Rabbit soon felt tired. He did not tell the others because he was afraid that they would say he was late. Suddenly Brer Rabbit had an idea. He hurried off a bundle of grass and piled it on a bush heap, which was some distance away while the others were still digging. He took the chance to slip away and try to find a cool resting place. A few minutes later, he spied a well with a bucket hanging in it. That bucket looks fine and cool. So said Brer Rabbit to himself, I will jump into it and take a nice short nap. He jumped from the wall of the well into the bucket, and once the bucket went down the well at great speed, Brer Rabbit was frightened. He did not know where he was doing. Suddenly he felt the bucket hit the water with a loud splash. Brer Rabbit was almost drowned, but luckily for him, the bucket kept afloat. Another thing had frightened him. While he was coming down, he had seen another bucket fly past on its way to the top of the well. Poor Brer Rabbit, he just lay in the bucket and stood and shivered. Now Brer Fox, who always kept an eye on Brer Rabbit, has watched him sneak away from the bush heap. He thought that Brer Rabbit was up to another of his plans, so he had up his mind to follow him. Brer Fox saw Brer Rabbit jumped into the bucket and disappeared down the well. My goodness, said Brer Fox in surprise. Where has he gone? It must be a secret hiding place. I wonder if he keeps his money down there. Perhaps it is a gold mine and Brer Rabbit does not want anyone to know about it. I have got him this time. I will find out why he has gone down the well. Brer Fox crept up to the well, creep up to the well and listened, but he could hear no sound. He jumped to the top of the wall and peeped down. He could see nothing as it was very dark at the bottom. Hello, Brer Rabbit. What are you doing here? He called. Brer Rabbit, who was afraid to move in case he would upset the bucket, shouted back, what am I doing? I am fishing, of course. I want to catch some fish. for dinner, and so give you all a great surprise. Have you caught any? Asked Bar Fox. Yes, I have caught so many fish that my bucket is already full. I will need your help to carry them home. What kind of fish like you caught? Have you caught? Said Bar Fox in wonder. All kinds. This place is full of them. I have kept only the big ones. I threw the little ones back into the water. How can I get down there, Rabbit? Why, it's easy, replied the other. Jump into the bucket beside you, and it will take you down safely. Br'er Rabbit talked on happily about his wonderful cat. Before Br'er Fox soon became very jealous and jumped into the bucket. As he went down the well, the rope pulled up the other bucket containing Br'er Rabbit. They passed each other halfway, and Br'er Fox and Br'er Rabbit sang out, "Goodbye, Br'er Fox. Take care of your clothes, for this is the way the whole world goes. Some go up and some go down. You will get to the bottom safe and sound." At the top of the well, Br'er Fox hopped out and called, "Charo, now you will need to wait until some silly creature come along to take your place." Poor Br'er Fox saw that he had been cleverly tricked. He was very sad as he sat in the bucket at the bottom of the well. There seemed to be no hope of rescue. But Br'er Rabbit did not mean to leave Br'er Fox down the well forever. He wants more fun. He told the farmer that Br'er Fox was splashed about in the well, and that the water was all muddy. Half an hour later, Br'er Fox heard a loud noise at the top of the well. It was the farmer who had come to shut him. Br'er Fox made no sound and kept perfectly still. Suddenly there was a jerk, and Br'er Fox felt himself being slowly pulled upward. When he reached the top, came one great leap from the bucket and ran off as fast as he could. The farmer shot at him but missed. When when down safely. When Br'er Fox reached the safety of the woods, he lay down to rest. "I must be more careful after this," he said to himself. "Br'er Fox nearly caught me that time. I was very lucky to escape." The end.
Wow, 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 wow. That was an amazing story. I just love the bunny and the person running and the tricks and the water. And you are once again the best person out of everyone to read a story for the Dijonae Jaynae
Educational
Educational
channel.
Channel.
And of course, as usual, guys, Ariana is always here
Doing great.
to share with us, to show us that she is a great reader.
Yep.
And of course, her sister Ebony is also there to say, hey, I can do it too. And of course, I'm so proud of them. They are doing fantastic. And guys, Ariana, we love you, we love you, we love you, and we thank you for making it Dijonae Jaynae Gardens Educational Channel.
Ariana, is there anyone you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to everyone watching the channel and left a thumbs up and subscribe.
Okay.
Thank you, Ariana. And of course, guys, you will see. There are great things in store, and you know that Ariana is on the great things list. And of course, she is doing exceptionally well. And of course, she's modeling what good reading is like. And of course, guys, you're not to be ashamed because you know children. The Bible tells you that the children are leaders, right? And of course, they are showing you on Dijonae's educational channel what it is like. And of course, we are reading over here for a brighter tomorrow. We are developing reading comprehension because of, as usual, you know that Ariana is showing that she knows her sight words. And of course, after knowing all your sight words, you should be able to read because it's putting your sight word in sentences and of course reading them aloud. And of course, she's reading with sense. And of course, guys, this is what we're talking about. We are building vocabulary in order for us to become great readers. And of course, thank you so very much, Ariana. I must commend Ariana's parents for a great work that they have put in. And of course, Ariana, remember that you are a star and that wherever you go, always shine. So that you are a star. And remember that, always aim for the highest, nothing less. Because only the best is good enough. All right. Thank you so very much, Ariana. Thank you so very much. Because over here we say education is the most powerful method to change the world. All right. Thank you so very much, Ariana. Is Ebony coming to share a story with us tonight?
Ooh.
Yeah! We're not typing our name as yet.
All right. So Ebony is coming to share a story with us. And of course, guys, we are waiting on Ebony to come with her story. So guys, thank you so very much. Send her some love in the chat.
And guys, for the persons out there who you don't know, who is Ebony? Ebony is Ariana's little younger sister.
And of course, she is coming to share with us her story. All right. So let us wait on them. Let us wait on them for them to come with their story. And of course, in the meantime, Dijonae gonna just give you a short little one. I hope you're all doing fine. And of course, we have Sister Sylvia that just joined us. And of course, mega welcome to you. And thank you for making it Dijonae's educational channel. All right. And of course, we're going to be taking another short story in the meantime so that all right, so Ebony is right here. All right, let's take Ebony.
Yeah, Ebony.
Let's take Ebony. So Ebony, you are on screen, my beautiful darling. And here is Ebony. You see, she's little, but she's taller. You see her little body? She's great. Look at her. She's going to show you. You see, actions speak louder than word. Here is Ebony. And of course, she is going to be saying it all for you. All right, go ahead, Ebony.
Lenny looked at the list. Here is a shopping list, said Mommy. She gave Lenny and Lizzie the shopping list and a basket. Lenny and Lizzie went shopping. They went shopping for Mommy. Lenny looked at the list. Let's get the carrot. He said, I like carrots. She put, I like carrots. I said, Lizzie, carrots are good for you. She put the carrots in the basket. When he looked at the list, let's get the chicken. He said, I like chicken, said Lizzie. Chicken is good for you. They put the chicken in the basket. When he looked at the list, let's get the fish. He said, I like fish, said Lizzie. Fish is good for you. She put the fish in the basket. Lenny looked at the list. Let's go home, he said. Lenny and Lizzie went home. Did you get all the shopping on the list? Said Mommy. Yes, said Lenny and Lizzie. Lizzie looked in the basket. Lenny looked in the basket. Mommy looked in the basket. The basket was empty. Oh no, said Lizzie. Where are all the shopping? I'm finished.
Wow, 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 wow. That was a cute story. I love that story. That was so cute.
And of course, I told you guys that she's little, but she tell our powerful voice, great reader. And of course, she's always here to share her story. Ebony, you have been a star, continue to be a star. And of course, you are a great reader. All right?
And everybody is always doing great with the reading and the reading less, right?
All right. And of course, Ebony, we love you, we love you, we love you. And we thank Mommy and everyone that make it possible for you to come on up and to share with us. And thanks for always willing to share, Ebony. All right? You want to say hello to anybody?
Do you want to say anyone to everybody or anyone?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
She's so sweet.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for coming.
So sweet of Ebony. All right. She's a little bit shy now. You see, she's blushing now. She's too sweet right there. All right. She's so cute. All right. And of course, guys, thank you so very much. Send Ebony some love in the chat. And of course, she did a fantastic job. So for tonight's reading, we must say a big thank you to Ebony and Ariana for sharing with us. You see how cute they are. And of course, thank you. Thank you for that awesome job. And of course, you guys are fantastic. All right. And of course, guys, we're going to love you. And of course, we're going to leave you. And of course, we're just going to leave you with this story about the
witch switch.
The witch switch. All right. So have you heard about witch before?
A witch is somebody who flies on a broom.
And of course, we're gonna be telling you about the witch that's the witch. All right. So Dijonae gonna be telling you this story. Go ahead, Dijonae, and tell them the story.
Agatha was a very clever witch. She was so clever, in fact, that she had completed all the spells in her spell book. I want to try harder cells, she told her mother one day. You can when you're older, replied Augusta's mother. See, I like Augusta's mother. Mother can be Augusta's mother. I'm her daughter. Augusta didn't want to wait until she was older to try out some new cells. She wanted to learn now. She snuck into her big sister's bedroom and found her cell book. Right, let's try this out, said Augusta. Right, let's try this out. Augusta slipped to one of the hardest cells in the book and started to fill her big sister's cauldron. She took out her wand and whispered the special magic words. All of a sudden, there was an explosion of purple bubbles. Uh-oh! What on earth are you doing? Said Augusta's sister. I wanted to try one of your cells, but it went a bit wrong. Look at the cat and the mouse. Somehow Augusta's cells had switched their heads. Augusta's laughed. Ames laughed. Augusta, what were you thinking? She said, you have to learn how to use magic slowly, or things like this will happen. Augusta nodded, but what about our poor cats? She said sadly. Ames took her wand out and waved it over the cat and mouse. They instantly changed back to normal. When you are my age, you'll learn a reversing spell, said Ames. Would you like me to teach it to you? No thanks, said Augusta. I'll wait until I'm a bit older.
And that was the end of that story. All right. So we officially come to the end of
our Read Aloud
Friday.
Friday.
And of course, we must say thank you to all the persons who make it Read Aloud Friday. And of course, Dijonae is saying a big thank you for supporting her as usual on this Read Aloud journey. All right. Thanks for the share. Thanks for the thumbs up. And of course, you can leave a comment on the outside. Let us know what you think about Read Aloud Friday. And of course, thank you. As usual, have yourself a blessed night. And for the persons who are in morning now, have yourself a blessed day. All right. Good morning to everyone that are watching from all across the world. And of course, we are coming to you live from Dijonae Jaynae Gordon's educational channel from Kingston, Jamaica. And here in Jamaica, we're going to believe in you. And we always say, walk good. Walk good. All right. So love you. And remember now, if you're new to this channel, Dijonae goes live on a Tuesday where she normally do
vocabulary building. On a Wednesday, we do game time live.
And of course, it is educational game time live. And of course, on a Thursday, we do
maths hour, where we do maths. And on a Friday,
like tonight,
we do Read Aloud Friday.
And of course, we come and we read. All right. So we share stories, different type of stories. And of course, we have great readers. And of course, you know that the females, they are taking over. No gender bias on this channel, but I'm just telling you, the females, they're not giving the males any chance to participate. I think the males, they are shy. So the females, they are just taking over. Of course, until next time, bye. Thank you, Ariana and Ebony. We love you. Bye. Say good night to everyone, Ariana and Ebony.
Good night.
Okay. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. So we are Ariana, Ebony, Dijonae and Deborah K, and we love you guys, and we're saying bye
Bye
bye bye.
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 So sweet.
Bye. So cute.